Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the news at 6 on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines. Ivanka Trump praises Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership addressing the 8th edition of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. The advisor to US President Donald Trump says India has a true friend in the White House. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates the Hyderabad Metro Rail. The 72-kilometer long system is the biggest project in the world to operate in a public-private partnership mode. The Supreme Court objects to statements made by persons holding high offices against the film Padmavati. Says that such remarks are tantamount to prejudging a movie that is yet to be certified by the censor board. For 120,000 tourists stranded at Bali International Airport for the second day, clouds of smoke from Mount Agung volcano force authorities to extend the airport's closure by 24 hours. Ivanka Trump, the daughter and advisor to US President Donald Trump, arrived in Hyderabad early on Tuesday to attend the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. On the sidelines of the summit, Ivanka met Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The two had a productive discussion on women entrepreneurship and empowerment, following which they took a tour of the summit venue. Well, at the inaugural session of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, Ivanka began her address by congratulating India on being one of the fastest growing economies. She lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi for bringing about transformational change in India. She also welcomed the women entrepreneurs in attendance, asserting that only when women are empowered to thrive will our families, economies and societies reach their fullest potential.
I'm proud to say that for the first time ever, women make up the majority of the 1,500 entrepreneurs selected to attend this summit. Only when women are empowered to thrive will our families, our economies, and our societies reach their fullest potential. Here in India, I want to applaud Prime Minister Modi for his firm belief that the progress of humanity is incomplete without the empowerment of women.
Well, with Women First, Prosperity for All as its theme, women entrepreneurs are the focus of this year's summit, being held in South Asia for the first time. The Global Entrepreneurship Summit aims to showcase the achievements of young entrepreneurs.
The 8th edition of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit got off to a colorful start in Hyderabad on Tuesday. Hosted by policy think tank Niti Aayog in partnership with the US government, 1,500 entrepreneurs from as many as 170 countries are taking part in the three-day summit. With Women First, Prosperity for All as its theme, women entrepreneurs are the focus of this year's summit. More than 10 countries, including Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia and Israel, have sent all-female delegations.
I come from Lebanon. I'm an entrepreneur, and actually I'm an alumni of a program called Tech Women. It's a program funded by the Department of State. The team there nominated me, and we went through a series of selection, and we were shortlisted to come. So it is an opportunity for people who are here to network, benefit from each other's experience, and explore possible partnership and expansion.
I'm CEO of Medicia Therapeutics. We're a company that's developing a vaccine for cancer patients that is already in clinical trials. I think one beautiful thing about this conference is that entrepreneurs come from different countries, right? But the problems, the challenges and opportunities for entrepreneurship is very similar across the world. So it's a great place, and I think Hyderabad is a great location for people to come all over and exchange these ideas, their challenges, and to network, to help each other to grow and become better entrepreneurs.
According to Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant, the summit provides India an excellent opportunity to showcase the progress and achievements of Indian entrepreneurs in a number of fields.
As all of you are aware, pushing for and providing greater impetus to women entrepreneurship is the key to India. It's critical for India's growth, and therefore this theme comes at a very crucial juncture where the government of India has laid so much of emphasis and focus on Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and a vast number of other schemes on women as well.
We think it's critical that women who represent a significant part of our population also represented in the business world, and that we try to develop a community with networks, with mentors, with finance, with market opportunities that can help advance women entrepreneurs and promote innovation generally.
Union Ministers Sushma Swaraj and Nirmala Sitharaman are also taking part in the summit. The closing session, to be moderated by Commerce Minister Suresh Prabhu, will aim to bring together key influencers who support, promote and fund women entrepreneurs. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, let's now listen in to what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to say at the GES 2017.
The theme, Women First, Prosperity for All, makes this edition of GES stand out. In Indian mythology, woman is an incarnation of Shakti, the goddess of power. We believe women empowerment is vital to our development. Our history has references to women of remarkable talent and determination. Gargi, an ancient philosopher around the 7th century BC, challenged the male sage to a philosophical discourse, something unheard of in this time even. Our warrior queens like Rani Ahilyabai Holkar and Rani Lakshmibai fought bravely to defend their kingdoms. Our freedom struggle too is replete with such inspirational instances. Indian women continue to lead in different walks of life.
Moving on, now taking strong exception to comments made by persons holding public office, including ministers and chief ministers, on controversial film Padmavati, the Supreme Court on Tuesday said that such people should refrain from passing remarks till the film is cleared by the Central Board of Film Certification. The Supreme Court once again said that it is the prerogative of the censor board to review the film Padmavati and make a decision on whether it is suitable for screening. A bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra dismissed the fresh petition that it sought an order to restrain the producers of the movie from releasing it abroad. Film director Sanjay Leela Bhansali, however, assured the Apex Court that he will not release Padmavati in other countries till the film is certified by the CBFC. The Chief Ministers of Rajasthan, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh have said that they will not allow the movie to release even if it is cleared by the censor board.
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को डायरेक्शन दिया है, उनसे पूछा कि आप एक्शन क्यों नहीं लेते हैं लॉ के अंदर में, जब लॉ में कोई प्रोविजन नहीं है क्या इस परिस्थिति में एक्शन लेने के लिए? वाई यू पीपल आर साइलेंट? आप लोग साइलेंट क्यों हैं? क्यों नहीं एक्शन लेते? लॉ का जो भी प्रोविजन है आप एक्शन लीजिए। लोग इतना स्टेटमेंट दे रहे हैं, बड़ी बड़ी अथॉरिटी स्टेटमेंट दे रहे हैं, आप लोग साइलेंट बैठे हुए हैं। एक्शन लीजिए इस चीज़ के ऊपर, लॉ जो भी प्रोविजन है उसके हिसाब से आप एक्शन।
Well, issuing the recommendations on net neutrality, Telecom Regulator Tri has proposed restrictions on service providers from entering into agreements which led to a discriminatory treatment of content on the internet. Tri said the discriminatory treatment in the context of treatment of content would include any form of discrimination, restriction or interference in the treatment of content, including practices like blocking, degrading, slowing down or granting preferential speeds or treatment to any content. Tri has also suggested the formation of a multi-stakeholder body comprising telecom and internet service providers, content providers, civil society organizations and consumer representatives. This body will monitor and investigate any violations. Supporters of net neutrality back the principle that the entire internet traffic should be available to everyone on equal terms without any discrimination based on business considerations of service providers. In February last year, Tri had barred platforms like Facebook's Internet.org and Airtel Zero, which allowed free access to select websites. The US regulator Federal Communications Commission recently said it plans to roll back the net neutrality rules that were adopted in America in 2015. Well, senior bureaucrat Badri Narayan Sharma has been appointed chairman of the National Anti-Profiteering Authority under the GST regime. Sharma is a 1985 batch IAS officer of the Rajasthan cadre and is currently additional secretary in the Department of Revenue. The setting up of the 5-member authority was approved by the Union Cabinet on November 16th. It is mandated to ensure that the benefits of GST rate reduction is passed on to the consumers. If the authority finds any company guilty of not passing on GST benefits, it will either direct the entity to do so or transfer the amount to the Consumer Welfare Fund within a specified timeline. The authority will also have the power to cancel registration of any entity or business. Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
The story we thought we knew. The story of magnificence. The story of bloody battles. Of those who ruled and those who left their footprints. The story charting the course of our past. Talking history on Rajya Sabha TV.
Bismillah Khan, the legendary maestro who brought Shehnai to the center stage of Indian classical music in 1937. With his heart-touching rendering of Rag Rafi, Ustad mesmerized millions of hearts on the eve of the First Republic Day. But most significant was when India achieved independence. And Bismillah Khan performed from the ramparts of the Red Fort on 15th August 1947. Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna.
Art arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervor dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there is a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colours of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first phase of the Hyderabad Metro Rail on Tuesday. Stretching over 30 kilometers with 24 metro stations, the Metro Rail will be open for the public from tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Hyderabad Metro Rail on Tuesday, also unveiling the inaugural pylon at the station premises. Modi also took a ride on the metro along with Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. The metro system is being built across 3 dense traffic corridors: LB Nagar to Miapur, Jubilee bus station to Falaknuma and Nagol to High Tech City for 72 kilometers in total. The first corridor inaugurated by the Prime Minister covers a 30-kilometer stretch between Miapur and Nagol with 24 stations. The Hyderabad Metro Rail is claimed to be the most innovative and largest project in the world under public-private partnership. There will be a minimum fare of 10 rupees for a distance of up to 2 kilometers and the maximum fare of 60 rupees for a distance of more than 26 kilometers. Each train would initially have 3 coaches with passenger capacity up to 330. With increase in traffic, the number of coaches will be increased to 6. The Metro Rail is said to turn into a boon for the residents of Hyderabad when it opens for commercial operations on Wednesday. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television. Well, India will build its first National Crisis Management Centre NCMC with Russia's help. This was decided in a meeting between Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh and Russian Minister for Emergency Situations Vladimir Puchkov in Moscow on Tuesday. Russian Emercom would share its expertise with India for creating the quick responding NCMC in India. After reviewing the earlier agreement on disaster management, both ministers signed a joint implementation plan for 2018-19 for cooperation in disaster management. And here's a quick look at what else is making news across the country in our segment Nationwide. The Supreme Court has dismissed a plea challenging the appointment of senior Gujarat cadre IPS officer Rakesh Asthana as a special director of the CBI. The centre had opposed saying Asthana had an outstanding career and had supervised over 40 high-profile cases like coal scam, Augusta Western scam, black money and money laundering cases. Income tax officials today raided 33 premises in Tamil Nadu belonging to 3 business groups. Officials said that the latest search operations were linked to unnamed shell companies. This is the second major raid by the IT department after its multi-city searches linked to jailed AIADMK leader VK Shashikala's kin and business associates. The Rajasthan government has issued a directive asking students in government hostels to recite the national anthem at 7 a.m. every day along with the assembly prayers. This, the government says, will evoke a spirit of patriotism among the children. The notice had been issued by the state's Social Justice and Empowerment Department. Police in Kashmir has arrested 4 drug peddlers in 2 separate incidents and seized over 200 kilograms of opium. Security forces launched operation in Poonch district and seized a truck with around 187 kilograms of opium poppy straw being smuggled under crates of apples. Nearly 50 kilograms of opium poppy straw was recovered from a truck in another operation. Well, some international news now. Over 1 lakh tourists remained stranded in Bali for the second day today after the Mount Agung volcano threatened to erupt barely 60 kilometers away. Lakhs of people from nearby villages were evacuated as experts raised the alert level to maximum, warning that the volcano could erupt at any moment.
Over 1,20,000 tourists were stranded at the Bali International Airport for the second day on Tuesday after clouds of smoke from Mount Agung volcano forced authorities to extend the airport's closure by another 24 hours. As plane routes remain covered by volcanic ash, over 443 flights to and from Bali have been cancelled since Monday. While airport officials are evaluating the conditions every 6 hours, 10 alternative airports in neighbouring provinces have been prepared for inbound flights to be diverted to.
मेरे हिसाब से बाली गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ भी मतलब फॉरेन टूरिस्ट के लिए कुछ भी हेल्प नहीं कर रहे हैं। यहाँ हजारों लोग एयरपोर्ट में फंसे हुए हैं एंड दे हैव टू गो टू द सम अदर एयरपोर्ट और दूसरे एयरपोर्ट से वो फ्लाई होने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन यहाँ की गवर्नमेंट या यहाँ की कोई अथॉरिटी हेल्प नहीं कर रही है।
No, there's not a lot of information. Very little. So, we're on holiday, so it doesn't matter. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
Jusqu'à maintenant, oui, on a eu des bonnes informations des autorités et ils nous ont bien informés. Et c'est au jour le jour, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? C'est la nature, donc on ne peut rien y faire. Pour une fois qu'on peut rien faire à quelque chose.
Raising the alert level to maximum, experts have warned that the volcano can erupt any moment. Over 150,000 residents living in 22 villages are already being moved to safer areas.
Kemudian ini mengarah ke barat ke bulannya. Kemudian malam hari masih kita amati adanya sinar api. Jadi kita tetap memantau gunung ini 24 jam, gitu ya.
For tourists from India, the Indian consulate in Bali has opened a help desk at the international airport to provide any assistance. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is monitoring the situation closely. Mount Agung in eastern Bali has been threatening to erupt for some time, prompting an evacuation of over 1 lakh people in September. The alert was lowered on the 29th of October as the activity decreased, but was raised once again 3 weeks later. On Saturday, for the second time in a week, the mountain sent clouds of volcanic ash 3 kilometers up into the air, caused by the heating and expansion of groundwater. Mount Agung, which sits more than 3,000 meters high, last erupted in 1963, killing more than 1,500 people and razing several villages. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, here are some more updates from around the world in Global Buzz. On the second day of his visit to Myanmar, Pope Francis held talks with Myanmar State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi in the country's capital, Naypyidaw. He is also expected to deliver a speech for the Rohingya Muslim community. Myanmar has been accused of ethnic cleansing, with more than 6 lakh Rohingya fleeing to Bangladesh since August. Hawaii is reinstating a decade-old nuclear attack warning signal to prepare for the growing nuclear threats from North Korea. The Hawaii Emergency Management Agency released a public service announcement advising residents to take shelter immediately if a siren is heard outside the testing time, as it would grant only 12 to 15 minutes before a missile's impact. Uhuru Kenyatta was sworn in for a second term as President of Kenya at a ceremony in Nairobi. Kenya's riot police sealed off an area where the opposition planned a rival gathering and tear-gassed people trying to approach it. Kenyatta was officially re-elected with 98% of the vote in October, but opposition leader Raila Odinga boycotted it, calling it unfair. At least 4 ships washed up on Japan's west coast this month, some with bodies on board. Authorities have not yet confirmed the origin, but signs point towards North Korea. 8 skeletons were found in one of the wooden ships, which was found washed ashore on a beach in Akita Prefecture in Japan. The ship was spotted by a passerby, and Japan Coast Guard personnel were able to recognize the ship but were unable to close due to bad weather. Well, here are some updates from the world of sports now in Sportsbeat. Ace Indian shuttler Kidambi Srikanth won the Sportsman of the Year award at the inaugural edition of the Indian Sports Honours in Mumbai. PV Sindhu won the Sportswoman of the Year award in the individual sport category. Ravichandran Ashwin was Sportsman of the Year in the team sport category, while women's cricket team skipper Mithali Raj was given the Sportswoman of the Year award. Indian wrestlers Bajrang Punia and Vinod Kumar won silver medals in the Under-23 World Wrestling Championship in Poland after losing their respective final matches. Bajrang lost to his Russian opponent Kular 6-17 in the 65 kg weight category, while Vinod lost his bout 1-3 against American Richard Lewis. India finished the event with 3 medals. The International Olympic Committee banned 5 more Russian competitors from the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics for life over the anti-doping rule violation. The banned athletes include skeleton rider Sergei Chudino, who finished 5th at Sochi, Dmitry Turkanov and Alexei Negodalyo, both members of the gold medal winning bobsleigh team. Relay silver medalist Yana Romanova and silver medalist in the 7.5 kg event Olga Vilukina. That's it on this newscast, but do stay tuned for the big picture coming up on the other side of the short break.